Just so you know what's happening around the world today, America's global influence is being tested more openly than before. From Europe to the Middle East and Latin America, today's stories show a world increasingly willing to act independently of US leadership. This doesn't mean America is weak, but it does mean US decisions now face faster pushback, higher scrutiny, and real consequences at home and abroad. The EU-Mercosur trade deal signals a shift in global economic power. When Europe signs massive trade agreements with South America without US involvement, it reduces America's leverage in global markets. US farmers, manufacturers, and exporters may face stiffer competition as European goods gain preferential access to South American markets, potentially hurting American trade dominance. US workers could feel indirect economic pressure. As global supply chains reroute around US agreements, American companies may lose pricing power, contracts, and influence. This can trickle down to job insecurity in agriculture, manufacturing, and logistics, especially in rural and industrial states that rely heavily on exports. The Gaza policy dispute highlights cracks in America's alliances. The US pushing its own Gaza strategy despite Israeli objections shows a more unilateral American posture. While this may project strength, it risks weakening long-standing alliances, making future cooperation on security, intelligence, and diplomacy more fragile. Domestic political division is amplified by foreign policy choices. Every foreign policy move now fuels internal debate. Supporters see strong leadership, critics see recklessness. This deepens polarization at home, making it harder for the US to present a unified front internationally, which adversaries often exploit. Rising Middle East tensions increase security risks for Americans. Escalation in Gaza or Syria raises the likelihood of attacks on US interests, embassies, and personnel abroad. It also increases the chance of terrorism, cyber retaliation, and energy market instability that directly affects American citizens. Energy prices remain a silent but powerful factor. Any instability in the Middle East threatens global oil supply routes. Even if the US produces more energy domestically, global prices still affect American gas costs, inflation, transportation, and household expenses. Protests and unrest abroad shape immigration pressures. Events like Iran's internet shutdown and regional conflicts push more people to flee instability. The US, as a top destination, feels this through increased asylum claims, border strain, and heated political debates over immigration policy. Domestic protests reflect a nation under stress. The Minneapolis rally clash shows how unresolved issues, January 6th, immigration, policing, race, and federal power, are still active flashpoints. These events strain local law enforcement, divide communities, and keep national tensions high. Federal investigations into state officials raise constitutional concerns. When the Department of Justice probes local or state leaders, it raises questions about federal overreach versus accountability. While some see justice, others see politicization, further eroding trust in American institutions. Trust in government is increasingly fragile. Whether it's foreign wars, domestic probes, or protest responses, Americans are questioning who holds power, how it's used, and whether laws apply equally. This skepticism affects voter turnout, civic engagement, and faith in democracy. Weather emergencies remind Americans of infrastructure vulnerability. Snow alerts in major cities like New York highlight how climate stress impacts daily life. Transportation delays, economic slowdowns, and emergency costs expose aging infrastructure and the need for national investment. Sports offer unity, but also distraction. Major NFL playoff games provide relief and national unity, but they also reflect how entertainment sometimes masks deeper societal anxieties. Sports remain one of the few spaces where Americans temporarily put politics aside. America's image abroad is increasingly complex. While still powerful, the US is now seen as unpredictable by some allies and aggressive by others. This affects diplomacy, tourism, student exchange programs, and global confidence in American leadership. The bigger picture: America is at a crossroads. Today's stories collectively show a nation navigating global competition, internal division, and shifting influence. How will the US responds? Is it through diplomacy, unity, economic policy, and respect for democratic norms will shape not just today's America, but the future generations who inherit it.